Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Davo.
Hi, I'm your host, Iceman.
And I'm your host, Chamber. Welcome to the Growers Not Yours podcast.
Woo! Okay.
A lot of things are dumb.
I mean, yeah. Like, the world.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go. Now I'm sure I sound nice and close to you.
Oh, yeah. Do
Now
I
get
sound
my
better
mic.
being this close to my mic?
Of course.
You're a little distorted, but you're clear.
Who, me?
Yeah, just a tad. But usually the closer you get your mic, usually the closer you get to your mic, the more muddy it sounds. That's at least what people say. It almost sounds as if like I'm trying to think, like the kid on COD who had the oversensitive mic, that fucking thing where it was just like it was just super fucking like in your fucking ear. It was rough, but yeah, it sounds more muddy.
Call of Duty actually went to change the way audio sounds in a game.
Yes, they did.
When you do game chat, it's supposed to make you sound like you're talking through a radio. Like
Yes.
it's supposed to give that whole like.
Yeah, it's supposed to immerse you that like you're in like a comms team.
I don't like
Yeah.
that though.
I don't like it.
That.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
But that's just the way they did it.
Yeah, people go out and they get these fancy ass mics just to sound like they're talking on a radio from 1987.
It doesn't matter because real teams are going to swap to a private chat or.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Because COD will fucking monitor your shit, and the second you say.
You don't think Discord does? PlayStation Network did, Xbox Live did. They all do that. They all monitor your things.
I can't even send dick pics through Discord anymore.
I know. What the fuck? That's like my favorite pastime.
Yeah.
I love the way the Iceman shakes his head like a disappointed father.
It's like, dude, Shane, if you send me a dick pic right now.
If you send me another one. I've only gotten them for 2 people in Discord ever, okay? One of them is Chamber, and the other one was from Rick James.
And the next one will be from me.
In my defense, I swear I didn't think
there is no defense.
I thought I said
all of a sudden I just see a message from Chamber. I go, oh, let me. What's up with Chamber here? And all of a sudden it's his dick. I'm like, God, motherfucker.
There's no defense. There's no jury. There's no judge. It was just fucking sent straight to Iceman, and he was scarred for life. If you look close enough, like in his cornea, you can see it. Like if you look in there, like there's just the image of Chambers' dick burned into his eyeball.
You know how like
it's like a brand.
You know when you get like a flash like from a camera in your eyes and you blink your eyes and you can see that. That's the same way it was for Chambers' dick.
No, that shit. That shit was like a nuclear shadow, bro. That was like.
It took like a few days for the image to finally like go away from my cornea.
Oh, okay, so it's gone. All right.
Like I said, the other one was from Rick James. He sent it to me several times, and I'm like, "You fat motherfucker!"
It's like those fucking Hiroshima shadows, bro.
Yep.
Where it's like the silhouettes of people on the wall. It's
like Rick,
it's just Chambers' dick.
R.I.P. Rick. R.I.P. Bro. Yeah, Rick, dude, I was surprised. He sent me one too. I was like, why?
He sent you a dick pic too?
Rick sent
he sent that. You probably got the same one I did because he sent it to everybody.
Yeah.
You, me, CC. He sent it to Sam. He sent it to everybody.
He was trying to flex. He was trying to press Sam, and I guess and he sent it to everybody. Like, that's just what happened. Like,
He texted me that like a couple times. I had to block his number for a while.
Yeah. I think I even sent my dick to Ryan. I never got back from him though.
Yeah, I don't think he was interested.
He never is. I can't even get a British guy, Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I still say it'd be cool to go to England one day. I guarantee you, just chilling out over there with the way they act, it would be a fun thing to watch for a night.
Dude, I'm definitely going to England one day. I'm making a trip and I'm going to visit all my friends in England, all of them. And if I don't, I'm going to try my best to, I'm at least going to I want to do at least a month long. I got to figure out how I can stretch my money out for a month, but a week or two would be cool, but if I can do a whole month visit, I would love
Stay in a hostel.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, like, or maybe like crash at friends' houses, like be like, hey, I'm here. I'll be like, hey, you said you put me up. I'm here,
You said I was in town, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll clean up around the house for you if you let me stay.
Exactly.
I'd be like, shit, bet.
It was
the
so
next
funny,
day you see Chamber in a maid outfit with a feather duster.
I'd hand him a bucket with like a pair of rubber gloves and some cleaning shit. Like,
is it the classic yellow ones from Dexter's Laboratory?
Yeah. Like, this was really funny. My friend's mom knows me very well, and her family.
How well?
And they said, not that well.
She knows about Batman.
Okay.
Anyway, weirdo. They had family from Germany, and they invited me. And she said, don't invite him unless you're really serious, because he really will come. And I'm like, fucking right, I will. Don't say it. I will be there.
It comes out fast and big.
I will be there in Germany, partying with all you motherfuckers, drinking beer and in a lederhosen.
Hello there. Guten Tag.
Dude, I swear, like, I just, like, every time I hear about going to another country, I just want to, like, get in their outfits and just start acting like them, like, immerse myself in the culture. Like, if I was in China, dude, you see, like, Chris Tucker run around in that little Bruce Lee outfit like he did in Rush Hour 2. Like, that'd be me walking around in it like that.
I want to take Chamber, and we need to go to Japan. I want to see him walk around the streets of Tokyo in a geisha girl outfit.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Makeup and all.
No, I'd probably be in a sumo outfit, revealing.
I mean, you could wear that underneath the geisha robe too,
I want to wear the diaper, dude. Be like, yo, I want to.
You should walk around Japan in the geisha outfit and like be all pretty and like wave the fans and do the whole thing. And like once they're like, oh yeah, and you just go, wow, you just rip your fucking
that big motherfucker. Like, dude, I have no build like a woman. They'd be like, that is a stocky ass linebacker. Like,
Chamber be like, Miso Chamber TV.
They're not gonna see me with the fan doing that, being all cute, like my face, and then put like that's straight up Medea, dude, in a geisha outfit. What the fuck are you talking about? Medea, they should make that. Tyler Perry, get on that Medea.
Medea geisha Medea.
Medea visits Japan. Tyler Perry, get to work on that one. That'd be funny. Medea in Japan.
Copyright Chamber TV.
Yeah.
I should get some credit for that. That'd be funny.
I mean, he probably won't pay you. He won't give you money. He'll maybe send you like a bag of chips and a soda.
Hey, as long as it's good flavored chips and a good soda, and hell, put me in the movie. Hell, I'll be in the movie. I'll be a security guard, bellhop, taxi driver, something. I'll be like Johnny Drama. I'll pay you and put me in the movie.
that was a classic thing. Just trying to get into that fucking Rush Hour movie. I was like, I'll pay you. He was so desperate to get in that movie.
Put yourself up for a chance to be in a movie in a scene that I might cut.
As long as you list me on IMDb, we're all good.
As long as I'm in a cast log and IMDb page, I'm cool.
It'll be in there as uncredited role.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what it is.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be me. Maybe I should be an actor, dude. Just be in everything.
You should.
Law and Order.
You should show up in random. You should show up in random parts of any movie, just in the middle randomly with a Batman mask on, and you just go, I'm Batman. You just run towards somebody, and it knocks the camera over, and then it just goes burp, that little fucking beep as if they're about to cut. Like, but in every movie, like no matter what, like if you ever get in control of Hollywood, like you're the next Harvey Weinstein minus the fucking, the not so great shit. You can. Yeah. You could just in any movie you have to have like a feature like Stan Lee. You just go in there and you have like your own little thing, and you just say it and then you leave.
Fun known fact: Harvey Weinstein tried to holler at my girl.
Oh really?
Cara Delevingne. Apparently he tried to holler at my girl. That was my girl, Harvey. You fuck with my girl again, I'm coming for your ass. That's my woman, not yours. Hi, Cara.
How you doing, baby?
Victoria's Secret model Cara Delevingne. Yeah, you don't want me. But if she did, holla at your boy.
Oh man, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
So last week, I've been meaning to tell you guys this all week. I was so excited. So my cousin, his name is Enzo. He's my Uncle Jack's son. You know, the one that I always complain about. Yes, Enzo Ferrari. That's him. No, he came by recently, I think last week or the week before, and we were just chilling out. He wanted to go out for pizza and stuff. We hadn't talked since our grandfather passed away, and I had like a lot of his stuff in storage, and I was like, hey, do you want to come over and look at it? Whatever. So I was like, yeah, sure. So he comes over. We're talking for like hours, all the dumb shit my grandfather used to do and all the dumb stuff his dad used to do and the dumb stuff my dad used to do, like really bonding, because we hadn't seen each other in forever. And then I started showing him all these pictures of like the family and him or whatever. And then out of nowhere, he goes, hey, I think one of my best friends is dating somebody you know. And I was like, first off, you're like 18. Who the fuck do I know? What girl do I know that's like 18 years old or close to your age group? And I was like, no. And I was like, is it like a cousin on the Armenian side, or like who is it? Like, is it one of our family? And he was like, no. Like, and I was like, let me just show you. So he pulls up the picture, and I'm looking at the dude, and I'm like, I mean, he kind of looks familiar. And he's like, no, look at the girl. And I'm looking at it, and I was like, that's my sister. And I had no fucking nobody told me this. Apparently my sister, my stepdad, and my mom all knew this. I did not fucking know. And like they're trying to tell me, I was like, yeah, we know Enzo. And I was like, that's Jack's son, right? And he was like, yeah. It's like, I fucking never knew. He just told me one day. And what's crazy is that like when I met the kid that my sister is dating, I kind of mean mugged him a little bit, because that's what big brothers do. You gotta, how's it going, motherfucker? You gotta do the whole thing. Yeah. So I felt bad now because like now I'm like talking to Enzo and I'm like, this is his best fucking friend. And I'm like, I mean mugged him, right? And he was like, you did? I was like, yeah, I gave him the brotherly thing because I didn't know like that he knew you. I was like, he's a good dude though, right? And he goes, yeah. I was like, yeah, I figured he was. But it was just hilarious that out of all people, she was dating his best friend is dating my sister. It's fucking very weird. But
it's a little weird, but I mean, same age group and all that, if he's 18, wouldn't your sister, how old is your sister? Is she 18?
She's turning 17.
Oh, yeah, well, that's about right.
That's borderline there.
It's there, but it's not awful. It's possible they could be separated a grade. I'm not sure. Enzo, I think he might be 17. I think he might be 17, so it's very possible that if they're 17 and 16.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, 17, 18.
It's close enough. It's close enough. Age. But yeah, it's just I just found that hilarious. I didn't know. Everybody in my fucking family knew, but I didn't. I was like, what the fuck? It's like I didn't know she was dating Enzo's friend. I had no fucking idea.
Well, now you know.
Yeah. But aside from that, also in other great news, Star Wars Acolyte is officially canceled. It's a fantastic thing.
Fucking God.
Love it. Yeah. It's great. Good stuff. I was very happy. No more lesbian robot R2D2. We're all done with that bullshit.
I hope they just disregard that as like uncanon to anything Star Wars related.
Yeah, no.
The thing was with that show, okay, the premise before that we actually saw even the first episode was it was good. You're looking at a show from the perspective of the Sith, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was great. It was a great idea. It was a great premise.
Fantastic.
Unfortunately, Kathleen Kennedy and her minion were like, put a chick in it, make her gay, and make it lame. Just like South Park said. Yeah. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly.
What I truly think is like, also, just so you know, this is the first thing ever Star Wars related that got canceled, like a TV show.
Yeah, no shitting. Out of all the things,
out of all the Star Wars stuff to ever get canceled, Disney Plus was like, "Yeah, we're gonna cancel this." It's just it didn't, even though it got the ratings, it was ill received, and I'm glad that Disney listened and was like, "We're shutting this shit down." So I think that just shows that they are paying attention. But I mean, I don't think you should be forcing all that political shit in Star Wars, really, dude. It's so fun and whimsical. Like, we don't need to know about robots being in love with humans and weird shit like that. I mean, how could R2D2 be gay anyway, or be a lady? It doesn't make sense. It's just it doesn't make sense. You're a fucking robot, android, whatever you want to call them. Just doesn't make sense.
No, but I mean, they did cancel some stuff. I think it was after Solo came out because of it received. I mean, it did okay, but it didn't receive what they thought it was going to get because there were several projects that were supposed to come out after that they said, yeah, you know what, we're just going to axe these for now.
I was really hyped for the Han Solo film because I'm a huge Han Solo fan, and actually seeing like the origin of him and everything was really cool. Because he's kind of really he's known in the series, but you really don't know much about him except that he's a smuggler, and he kind of like that he's just a smuggler. But to see what drove him to do what he did, and then you always hear the story about how he got the Millennium Falcon and the famous Kessel Run. You get to see all that, so that was really cool to see.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I still haven't seen it.
It wasn't a bad movie, but
we'll watch it together one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my disappointment with that, my disappointment in that movie was there was so much story that they cut out in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
From when not spoiling anything really, like from the part where you see he leaves Corellia to where you see him all of a sudden. He's basically on Kashyyyk in the middle of that fight. There's so much backstory that's really good about where he goes from there to there.
Yeah,
that
is true.
That is really cutting that part of his story out was detrimental to the movie.
Yeah, because it would have been cool to see what made he was basically a stormtrooper, which is what in
that part of the movie. But
he was originally a stormtrooper.
He was a pilot and an Imperial officer in his backstory, but he got demoted and everything because of what he. Yeah, it's because of the fact that he didn't want to do what was being done to Chewbacca and the Wookiees. That's how he got demoted.
Ah, that's cool. So that's how he ended up meeting Chewbacca and all that stuff too.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's how he met Chewie,
and that's how why Chewie gave him his life debt and everything like that.
Ah, that's awesome.
There's
I like
so much detrimental, so much story that they took out. It was just detrimental to the whole story arc, his origin.
You see, I was always told that he was a storm, he had that bad upbringing, then he joined the stormtroopers as a way to get out. Then he did something to meet Chewie, and then that's pretty much it. So yeah, I didn't know he was like a pilot, and then he got demoted to stormtrooper.
That's pretty
cool.
He was
one of the his story.
I like that story. That's fantastic.
He was like one of the best pilots in the entire Empire. Because you hear him in the movie, he's like he wants to become a pilot.
Right. Yeah, he's a damn good flyer. I mean, you can see it when he flies the Millennium Falcon, dude. Like nobody flies it like him.
Yeah,
he's pretty badass.
Fucking what's it called? I kind of agree with you a little bit, even though I don't really know the whole story of Solo. Like you're obviously clearly because you're informing me on probably basic shit. But I've always said this about when it comes to stories that are really in depth. I feel like they should always just go for a show. When there's a lot of story to something, they should always go for a TV show because they can make it span out a lot longer. You know what I mean? They can put more content in there. Whereas if you're trying to pack all of that into an hour and a half, you know what I mean? Fucking 90 minutes. It's really hard to try to get all of that in and make it relevant without it being like a 4-hour fucking movie. You're better off just releasing a miniseries, kind of like what Marvel did, with Loki and all that other stuff. It just makes more sense.
Yeah, I really did appreciate about the Han Solo film is they finally touched on it. They introduced Tiras Kasi, which is a karate fighting style of the Star Wars universe. It's like their kung fu or martial art, and they actually talked about it and showed a little bit of it, And that was actually really cool to finally see in the film them mention that and drop that, because I was like, when are they going to do something Tiras Kasi related or talk about it or anything? It was kind of neat that they showed it finally.
Yeah,
it wasn't much, but it's just a little karate thing. But I'm a huge fan of the video game that they made that came out years ago called Starwars Acolyte. Had a great roster of characters and stuff, and it was just an all around fun fighter beat 'em up game.
I never saw that.
Came out on the OG PlayStation. Had a great roster: Han Solo, Boba Fett, Vader. You even had like a stormtrooper. You had like Chewbacca, Princess Leia. Who else were some characters on there? It had a crazy roster, like people that you just didn't expect on there. Even had like some obscure characters from the lore, like Judo Cast was in it. Mara Jade was in it, which were really kind of like popular lore characters and stuff. But
Yeah,
it
and
was
they're now
only
part of
like
Legends.
yeah, but it came out before they ever did the prequel trilogies. So it was a really cool game at that time. And even the sets of the environments were really cool because it was like a ring out game, and like you would fight on Cloud City, and like if you fought Lando, you would see like the little vehicles flying around and making the noises and stuff. So it was really cool.
That's
If you
cool.
fought Vader, you fought him on like the Death Star, and it had like the cool silhouette and
Find it. You
all
should have
that.
fought Vader in the desert because he hates sand. It gets everywhere.
I think on Luke Skywalker, you get
It's just imagine him going, "It's in the crevices of my suit," like having to freak the fuck out. Imagine
He's trying to
Vader.
swing his. He's like this with his saber, and all of a sudden
trying
the
to
sand
use
gets
the
into joints,
force.
and it's like.
Imagine him using the force to try to get the sand out. Like I hate sand.
I would love to see him do like some sort of like remake of it, but maybe not even a remake since there's like newer characters. Just make like a crazy beat 'em up fighter game where there's just tons of those characters like to choose from. Now there's episode 1, 2, and 3, and all
just the Def Jam games, but everything's Star Wars.
dude, it would really be cool. I mean, it was a fighter. It wasn't that popular, but it was a really well done fighter. So I think if they find a good enough combo system,
I can just imagine. I can imagine the roasts. I can imagine the roasts. Like Princess Leia is about to fight Darth Vader, and they have those two kind of like, "You will be my daddy."
Well, like they had that sex scene.
I meant to say I will be your daddy, but I fucked it up. It's okay.
Well, they even had the famous set from where Luke and Vader fought, where Luke gets his hand cut off. That's even in the game. That whole set.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So, like, I love playing that part, and I would even put Luke in his original outfit from when he was in like when he goes to fight Vader. He's in that little beige onesie jumpsuit or whatever that he fought Vader in. Like
his Dagobah bitch outfit.
Yeah, like I put him in his Dagobah suit, and like Vader's in his simple armor, and they had like another variation of armor for Vader. Like if y'all both chose Vader, you still had a red lightsaber, but he had like a bluish tint to him. So those were the variations that we chose Vader.
That's pretty cool.
You should be like I've seen the cosplayers do, where some of the people dress up in the white and pink colored Darth Vader outfit.
Yeah.
He could be like, Darth Vader could be like this. He's all fabulous.
LGBTQing it up in here.
That's how he uses the Force. That's how he chokes people. He just goes, ha. He just does that.
He's like this. He's more like,
Yeah.
Like,
Whatever.
Hey.
And he prolongs the hey. The longer he chokes,
Hey.
Hey, and he just keeps going.
Hey, it just reminds me of that gay of that joke I know. It's like, what's a gay horse's favorite food?
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
Hey. That's an old one.
It's a great one though.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
yeah.
But on another hand, off topic, I finally saw the Crow movie.
And was it good?
You know what? I went into it with an open mind. It was good. I liked some ideas they pulled from it. Was it the best Crow movie? I don't know. I think it was better than Crow Salvation and Crow Wicked Prayer, but it wasn't better than the original or Crow City of Angels. But I did like the idea that they did. I hope I'm not spoiling nothing for anybody saying this, but like they said, he can come back and save him and his girlfriend's soul. They could get resurrected. So as long as his love is pure and true, he'll be forever invincible. So he dies one time, like he gets killed, and then he gets brought back into the world of the dead, and they're like, "Well, your love wasn't pure."
Right.
And so he ends up making a choice because now he can come back. You know, he lived his end of the deal, but he was supposed to fight for him and Shelly, but he doubted Shelly. So as long as his love is pure for her and him both, he's unstoppable. So he made a epic choice to like, all right, my soul for hers and all that. And basically he was able to come back, and then that's when you see him put on the makeup and you get to see him with all the paint, and comes back and does his thing. And it was cool. Like the whole part where he like finally throws on the makeup and goes out there to kill all the motherfuckers in the opera house. It was really fucking cool, entertaining.
All right.
He was fucking dudes up. So it
I
was cool.
Iceman still ain't watching that shit.
Nope.
I know Iceman don't care, but I think you should at least watch it just to see the action. It had some solid action. Was it a true action movie of The Crow? No. I thought it was solid. Bill Skarsgård did okay. I just think I don't think he was a good fit for The Crow, but he did all right. I just think it was funny in this one part where, like, you know, he's like, I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill every single one of them. It's like it's just funny to me, but
that sounds almost as bad as The Room. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
It was actually a really good movie. I think it was just all right. I don't know why it's getting so much hate. I mean, I think it was really overall pretty solid. It's definitely better than that Borderlands shit.
Yeah, well, what was the? I know there was a story I read where for The Crow, they were projecting only $6 to $9 million opening weekend. I wonder what their opening weekend was, because they're saying it was going to be like right behind Borderlands, and Borderlands only did like $8.5 million opening, and they had like $150 million budget. The Crow had like a 50.
Yeah, we looked that up, didn't we? Yeah, The Crow had a $50 million, and they just lost money. They knew it was going to be a loss to studio, but I think they did it. It was a fan service, so they knew the loss what they were doing. But for 50 mil on a budget like that, I think they'll make it up in DVD. They'll make it up in DVD sales or fucking.
Do they still sell DVDs? Really?
They do.
Yeah, they sell DVDs and digital downloads.
Blu-rays are super popular still. Like they're not like obviously like kids that are younger than us, like they just do the Netflix, the Hulu, the Disney Plus bullshit. But Blu-rays are still pretty popular to collectors, so they keep them around.
Well, yeah, so they're still gonna make it up in that fashion. Like that's usually the thing when a movie's a flop, but it still is. There's like some sort of cult following. Like, did y'all ever hear of the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Well,
movie.
I've heard of it, but I just never seen it.
Great movie. It didn't do well in theaters, but it had a huge following, and it did so well in DVD sales that it actually made its money back. So, yeah, they ended up believing in it, and they've had some success. They've made like little spin-off stuff to it. But other than that, though, I mean, there's still life after a bad movie sometimes. So. Same thing with the Crank movie with Jason Statham.
That was a great movie. It's so good.
The movie did shit in theaters, but the DVD sales, like the director said, they had a crazy thing of DVD sales, and they were like, "Well, we're gonna make the studio said, hey, make another one," and they got their budget, and they were like, "Okay, cool. It's enough money for them to put it in theaters," and it did really well again. And
yeah,
people want to Crank 3, but I don't think
both Crank movies were funny to watch. They
were hilarious.
They weren't. They knew they weren't made to be serious, like big budget blockbusters. Yeah. They were meant to be low budget and get a cult following.
Right. I feel like Crank
fucking awesome though.
Yeah, I feel like Crank was one of those movies that introduced the funny action movie. Like that was one of the first things, because like even all the Marvel movies do that now. But I think like that was one of the first ones where, well, like no, hold on. I'm not saying that it was the first one, but I'm saying it was the one that I feel like people wanted to then follow that route because of how well it did. Like, because Jason Statham's a really funny dude, but like, you kind of saw a shift with, like, there were funny comedies, don't get me wrong. I mean, shit, in the 80s, there was Tango and Cash. That was funny as shit. And that was an action movie. Like, that was like way before Crank. But like, I feel like when it came to big fucking big studios, they started doing that a lot more, I noticed, after Crank came out. Like, that was a big thing for like a lot more people were doing it, is what I'm saying. Sort of like the idea is like when PUBG was the original battle royale, but it wasn't until Fortnite had battle royale to where like everybody else started doing it. You know what I'm trying to say?
I think there were a few movies before Crank, but Crank definitely had a lot of recognition.
Yeah, a lot of defining moments too.
But I mean, there's been cheesy, awful action movies that just like blow me away. Like, it's a terrible movie, terrible, but I love it.
Oh, it's
Drive
hilarious.
Angry with Nicolas Cage. Like, check it out. Like, they're talking like
which one?
A dude, Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage. There's a part where he meets a hooker and he's having sex with her, and he's got a beer in one hand, I think, and a gun in the other, and he's just having this chick ride him like crazy. And he's just sitting there with his glasses on, and next thing you know, people break in the hotel room, and he's having a shootout while having sex.
Well, that's like
cool ass moment for no reason. It's just badass for no reason.
That's like in Crank with Jason Statham had he was banging his girlfriend on, was it on the dog track or the horse track?
Yeah,
that was
in front of everybody.
Part one, I think he banged her on like a newsstand or something like that. Yeah, that was
or the parking lot or something. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was great.
Yeah. And I just love the cast. Like, Efren Ramirez was really good in that film. Yeah, it was just a really good movie. It had a really good. A lot of people don't realize this, but Chester Bennington was in both of those movies from Linkin Park.
I did not know that.
Yeah, okay. If you watch the first Crank, he goes to the hospital and he's asking for epinephrine. Chester Bennington's the one who tells him, get the nasal spray, it's full of epinephrine.
That's great.
And then when they're at the horse track in Crank 2, Chester Bennington's just like standing there chilling, and Jason Statham's like rubbing up against him, trying to create friction so he could charge himself because he's gonna die. And Chester's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You knew you wanted it or something." You just walked like fucking weirdo.
That's great. I gotta go look those up later.
Yeah.
The best part though was the old lady. She was like, "I've never seen a man who wanted it so much. He treated me like his whore."
Well, I got a question for you since we're talking about movies.
Right.
Okay.
If you had a movie studio approach you today, right now, budget was no issue.
Okay.
And you could make any video game based movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you could get whoever you want in the cast. You don't have to worry about the budget.
It's your dream video game movie, essentially.
Yes. Okay. You get to make it however you want.
All right, give me your pitch.
What are you making?
Who's gonna go first?
You can go first.
Devil May Cry.
All right. Who's playing the main protagonist?
Okay. I saw two people, but they're a little too old now, maybe. But for some reason, I was thinking maybe Ashton Kutcher could probably play Dante since he kind of looked like Dante a little bit. Okay. But then I was thinking Peter Faciolini could play Dante. But I just don't know. I want to get like an actor I know who could really do that physical shit. So I don't know yet as far as Dante. But like, you know, I like to find a good physical actor for that. Yeah, I would just love to get like, I would do Devil May Cry. Like, you know, film it in like, maybe like give it that Italian, Phoenician, European style aesthetic, you know, that goth medieval, maybe film it in Prague or Finland and really keep it aware, like, you know, Dante's slaying those demons and devils, really giving it that whole feel. I think I would have who is an introduced lady, who would probably be played by like, I don't know, maybe like Kristen Krug, Jamie Chung or something like that, a really hot young Asian chick to play lady. To play the other girl, the woman that looks like his mother, I forget her name. I'd probably get like fucking Margot Robbie, since Margot Robbie just is just hot for everything. So Margot Robbie.
Your wife needs work.
Margot Robbie, you hear that? You're getting casted again, baby. I put Margot Robbie in it, dude. Like, it would be really good. I mean, if Jason Momoa was like, not like maybe Jason Momoa could play Dante. I don't know. I want a dude who could like really seriously do the action, like who knows how to like sword fight like Dante, really give it that whole rock and roll punk rock flair.
Okay.
So if I could find like a good person who could really give it that would be so awesome. Like I would love to film like a good movie like that. I can't think of the top of my dome who I would cast as Dante, but yeah, it'd be a badass film. I think Devil May Cry.
Okay. You want to go next, Iceman?
No, I'll let you go because I have an idea.
I need time to think. Keep going. Just say it.
Well, for me, it would be a toss-up because it would either be between making the Halo movies the way I'd want them done, or even go with Mass Effect.
Mass Effect could be cool. I'm surprised that hasn't became a movie or franchise yet.
Yeah, me too. Even though I haven't really played it, it's so fucking laden and deep with story. It's crazy.
My thinking on that is the fact that they know damn well they would have to be so perfect with what they do, because the fans and everybody would just tear that movie to shreds if they tried to go in their own direction. And it's like, no. Like honestly, I've said before, you have to stick to the base story material. You can't just go, well, we're going to take it vaguely like this and go completely this way instead.
Honestly, I feel like they could, if they want to do the Shepard story, that would be great. But I feel like the world is so vast and open that they could probably get away with creating their own original story and really go with it, because I feel like it could have those spin-offs like Star Trek. Like Star Trek is it's the same damn premise, deep space explorers, just a different time period with a newer team of explorers. It's the same premise, just different cast. I feel like they could do something like that, maybe.
But if I could go with a Halo movie, I'm starting with Reach.
Okay.
And the Halo series that they have, I think it's on Paramount or whatever.
Paramount, yeah.
That doesn't exist. It's
gone.
Yeah. Retcon that entire thing because that thing was terrible.
Okay.
But you start off with Reach. You don't make it like the movie is an exact shot by shot of the game, obviously, but
right.
You stick to the story from the game. Because if you try to deviate, the whole thing doesn't make sense. Like they did with the series.
All right.
You can't kill off main characters that are vital to the story later on. Because then, like I said, the whole thing doesn't make sense.
You know what? I just thought of it. Bill Skarsgård.
You see?
Dante.
if I did
your roles, might as well get him to play Dante.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if I did a Mass Effect, you get like a Bill Skarsgård to play Shepard.
All right.
Dude, apparently I love nothing but Bill Skarsgård films because I watch everything he's in.
Apparently you do.
Apparently I have a boner for Bill Skarsgård.
His brother is in Vikings. I can't wait to watch that with you.
Here's something neat. If I did make Devil May Cry, now that I know he has a brother, because I forgot he does.
He has two brothers.
Doesn't he have a twin brother?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, crap. Because there we go. I could have casted his brother as Virgil.
Okay.
There we go. Like, it would, see, the Skarsgård brothers are coming up.
But there's three of them.
Yeah,
and the guy, you know the German director in Entourage?
Yeah, that's their father.
That's their dad, yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. All right, so mine, I said Destiny first to you guys the last time you asked me this question, but I changed my answer. Assassin's Creed. I think Assassin's Creed, like I know they already did the movie, and it was basically just a rehashed version of what Desmond's story would have been, sort of, kind of, but just, much more advanced technology. I think, I mean, because they already have the likeness for Desmond, so like I could probably just have that guy like play the fucking main character. Although I think the dude that played, I could never remember his name, but the guy that played the young.
Fassbender.
How the fuck did you know I was gonna say that?
Michael Fassbender is the actor that played him in the Assassin's Creed movie.
No, I know, but that's. Oh my god, yeah, you're right. I was gonna say I recommend that dude for Desmond. That's so funny. I was gonna say, yeah, the guy that plays fucking Magneto and the young Magneto guy, and I was like, oh shit, no, that's the same dude.
Now here's my question: if you were to do that movie like that, would you have the Animus set up like they had in the video game, or would you do their Matrix style thing where they're running around a room?
No, I didn't like the Matrix thing. I liked how they kind of did the bleeding effect a little bit, how it was still taking a hold of him, even though he wasn't in the machine, he was getting bleeding effect. That was good, but I didn't like the machine thing.
Okay, I disagree. I like the machine thing, and I'll tell you why after you're done.
That's fine. But like, they focused on some of it. But again, like I'll always say, with something that has a lot of that story, it's got to be a show. I wouldn't want to do a movie. I know we're talking about movies, but if it was a movie, I would do Destiny. If it was a TV show, it would be AC. But I would get way more into the depths of the family roots, like how they did with Ezio. I would cover the Ezio collection, obviously, and I probably wouldn't do the later ones, but I feel like I would try to work with the people who've made Assassin's Creed and really try to tie the story all together. Like I'd put like little things from their perspective and like try to get it all together. Cause I've always wanted some idea of where this is going. Cause I feel like cause like, again, I've played every single one. I'm sure all of you have too, at least on some level. I know Chamber has, I don't know if you have.
I've played the most of them.
Okay. But like, what is like just
game I have not
like
played
not Valhalla?
I think I own it, but never played it. I've got Origins. I tried a little bit of it. I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But same with Odyssey. I've played Odyssey for a while, but the scaling system I don't like.
Yeah. Aside from how the video game is, but we've talked about that extensively, how much we hate that. But I would go deep into the story. Like I want to know the shit that happens in the story. Because I would also want to bring some life to how dangerous Abstergo and the Templars can be. Because because how they were depicted in the game, it was pretty crazy. At least in the Ezio collection and Assassin's Creed 3, it all kind of died down once you got into the later games, like Rogue and Black Flag. Because all you were doing is walking around an office building, and you kind of lost the fear of how crazy Abstergo is. Because all you did was just hack computers. You know what I mean? I feel like there was a little bit more to that. And I feel like you could bring that to life a little bit more. Like maybe like Shauna and Rebecca going in and hacking their systems more often. Them like raiding them all the time and trying to figure it out. Like getting into gunfights, like real live shit. You know what I mean? I feel like it would just to really bring it the fuck alive. But that would be my thing. It would be Assassin's Creed for sure. Once they killed
Desmond Miles, I felt like the whole series really went a different way and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I completely agree. But
the machine thing.
This is what, this is why I think the machine thing works. Because, true, the bleeding effect is cool and everything. They lay down there experiencing it. But remember, Desmond Miles lays down in that thing for days, weeks at a time.
Yeah.
So, with the physical aspect of him running around that machine, he's building the tone,
actual body, strength and endurance,
and everything to actually do it. So it made sense for him to actually know the feel of what it is to be an assassin, run around, get that feel. So when you're seeing him do it and learn from his ancestors doing the whole hidden blade thing and shit, it makes sense for it to do that more than anything.
Yeah.
So I think him actually the living Animus thing, the way they did in the movie, made a lot more sense.
Him actually performing the acts, I will admit, was pretty cool. But I feel like for story reasons, it was much more cool to just randomly find out that he could climb. It was just like the fact that this machine, even though he's laying down, it's like the machine and all like and him experiencing the bloodlines is so powerful to him, and it's so in his roots that it literally just he does things without even understanding how. It's sort of like that what the fuck is that movie where like he's God damn it, like Bourne Ultimatum. He loses his memory and he doesn't understand how he's capable of doing all this shit. And like he gets put in a really stressful situation and all of a sudden he takes out like 3 or 4 policemen without a problem and he's like, what the fuck? How did I just do that? And like there's that sense of wonder and like, wow. And I feel like that's what's cool about the storytelling of Assassin's Creed. You know, I get it. I get your point of view, but I just think for story reasons, I like the other one better.
I feel like it's just muscle memory that would build that.
No,
plus,
yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah.
Like also the guy, like, you know, they called him out in Assassin's Creed games before, like, hey, you're getting fat sitting in the Animus, so you need to go work out.
Right.
Like, so
yeah.
I think that would make sense for them to give him more of an active Animus. It makes more sense to me. Which is why they changed it.
Well, yeah, and I understand it. Yeah, I love both ideas, but I just like the wonder of the idea that all of a sudden.
I mean, look at me. I would need that if I'm going into the I mean, I'm getting a workout and I'm learning from my ancestors. So my big ass, I get out of that thing, I'm all jacked up. And
you
shit.
Don't need to.
So,
you can just fat roll like Elden Ring. Just.
Oh yeah.
So
I'll be
just keep doing that.
I'll be fat rolling. I'll be fat rolling. All right.
Now, if you were to do like an Assassin's Creed movie, okay, the couple people I could think of to put in a movie like that, say like for Assassin's Creed 3, I would do what was his name from the Twilight series? That was the wolf boy.
I hate that I was able to. His name is Jacob in the movie, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, him. He could be
Taylor Lautner.
Thank you.
Yeah, he could be the
Can
main
I just
star.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm really ashamed that I knew that so quick.
I'm ashamed that I know him too, but he's from my childhood.
You knew his actor's name, but like the second he said, I was like Jacob. I was like, but literally, you want to know why? The only reason why I knew is because like I grew up with all the fucking kids that loved Twilight, and they were like, Team Jacob, Team Edward, and that's it. That's the only reason why I know.
Edward. I was about to say, what was his the other guy's name? Wasn't it like Tommy or something?
See, I know Robert Pattinson, and I know his name now because he did Batman.
Edward.
Finally, I know that's the reason why I know his name. Edward and Jacob.
You get that Taylor Lautner guy,
Carlisle, and
he could play, the main character, like for Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah. For his dad, it would be oh shit!
Dude, I'm getting Liam Neeson.
No.
Liam Neeson's great.
Liam Neeson can do no wrong.
Fuck, Doctor Strange.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, he could play him very well.
Haven, you think?
His name sounds like a nursery rhyme. Benedict Cumberbatch. Would you like me to tell you the story of Benedict Cumberbatch?
I'm trying to remember now. Because when you play Black Flag, you're playing as
Hatham's dad.
You're playing as Hatham's dad. So
yes.
Trying to you play Connor.
His name is Edward.
Edward Kenway.
Trying to see who would be a good one for that.
So Edward Kenway's the father.
Hear me out. Charlie Hunnam.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
He looks like Edward.
He needs to get skinnier. He's not. He's a big dude. He needs to get skinnier for that.
Charlie Hunnam could play him.
Okay,
Charlie Hunnam and King Arthur. That was the build you want to go for. He's lean and muscular.
Yeah,
dude, Charlie Hunnam will put in work, bro. Charlie Hunnam will put in work.
He'd be good for that. I'm not gonna lie. He'd be really good for that.
Hatham.
What would be a good one for Hatham?
Like I said, I think Benedict.
Or are we just focusing on the main assassins?
Well, like I said, we got that Taylor Lautner guy you said for
Connor. I could see him playing Connor. Like
I said, honestly, I think, like I said, Benedict Cumberbatch could easily play his dad.
Okay.
He fits that role.
All right. Are you going more for looks, you mean? I feel like Hatham doesn't look like Benedict.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, either that or... Oh, now hear me out. The guy that was in Pirates of the Caribbean that played the Commodore.
Okay.
Oh, Commodore Norrington.
Yeah. He could do that.
He could put... I mean, he looks almost exactly like him.
Yeah, that's much closer. Yeah.
He dressed like him in the movie.
No, his face too. His face looks similar.
His face and everything is.
He dresses just like how
Hatham would dress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Connor's him. Hatham is him. Edward. Well, like
I don't know who you get for the earlier games though. That would be hard.
I know I get to play Achilles.
You know what's funny is that the dude that they used for the likeness of Desmond is an actor, number one. I don't know if he's a good one, but he literally has the likeness of all three. So like he looks like Altair, he also looks like Desmond, and he looks like Ezio. They use the same face for all three games. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but they pulled it like a Dragon Ball Z effect. It's the same face, just different hair.
We knew that. Well, I did at least.
I didn't really notice because most of the time,
all the faces
you
are the same.
can't see the assassin.
Altair, Desmond, and Ezio are all the exact same character that's made, just in more high definition.
And if you notice,
they're all the same thing.
Desmond, if you notice, because of the bleeding effect, Desmond had got Ezio's scar on his lip. Yeah, he actually gets he inherits Ezio's scar going down his lip.
Yes, he does. But yeah, but like they're literally all based. They're all the same thing. So like they all look exactly the same. So we could actually kind of fuck around with that and tweak it, but they're all the exact same character. Just one has a goatee, one's clean shaven, and one has just shaved head. That's it. That's the only differences. But then again, we're talking about 07, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But all right, so who would do? So what? That's Altair covered. That's Desmond covered. Ezio covered. Connor covered. Hatham, Edward.
I know
who's playing Shay? That would be an interesting one. Maybe Chibs from Sons of Anarchy. He doesn't look like him at all. Is that the one
from Rogue?
Yeah.
See, I can just say this though. Rogue was my favorite game by far.
Rogue was fantastic, and I loved how it led into Unity. The story between those two were fantastic.
Yeah, because how it takes place like right there in the middle of like the French Revolution and everything. They all kind of blended together. It was a really good story.
That's why it was so good, and that's why when they started doing the other ones, it was like, yo, what the fuck? This is way too far from the timeline.
Okay, hear me out. As far as Hatham, I'm thinking about it. Maybe Leo DiCaprio could play Hatham. I feel like he could just do that role of presence.
No.
Nope.
Really?
I don't think so.
DiCaprio can do no wrong, man.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. I've seen fucking Gilbert's Grape.
Gilbert
I forget. He can do wrong. Fuck. I love how we're getting into my movie more than anybody else because we're so into AC.
No, dude, okay. I would like my cast is pretty simple. Like, I would have it like, like Dante, it would start out like I would do Devil May Cry 3, start out with Dante's Awakening, and then move up the whole story, do it part by part.
Yeah.
Basically, Dante's brother wants his sword and wants to open the gates to release his dad. And Dante's gonna stop him. So,
right.
I would just do that storyline and then elaborate where Dante has to work up the tower to stop his brother. And they have the fight.
You said Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
What are the other games that I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Fun known fact, Devil May Cry was supposed to be another version of Resident Evil, but they kept elaborating on it so much, and they were like, oh my god, this is just a different game. And they ended up making Devil May Cry.
Yeah, as far as casting, I don't know. I really don't know what else I would do. Those are good suggestions, though, as far as Assassin's Creed goes, but...
Yeah. Another movie I would do.
Yeah, I'm lost. I can't think anymore. Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Uncharted, but they already kind of did one. How did you feel about that? Actually,
I didn't like it. I thought it was okay. It had some elements that were really good. Like, I felt like they went way too young for Nathan Drake, and it's not even that they went too young. It's just Tom Holland. I just can't see him as Nathan Drake. Like, when I see Nathan Drake, he's a 6-foot tall American man who gets into trouble. And Tom Holland just Spider-Boy.
So Tom Cruise.
Spider-Man. Nah,
no, because then that's smaller than Tom Holland.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's not even that. It's just that Tom Holland just didn't fit Nathan Drake. He just didn't fit him. He just didn't really fit him. And that's just my thoughts on it. I like Tom Holland. It's just he didn't fit Nathan.
No, you don't. You hate him.
No,
how dare you? I know you hate him.
Why do I hate him?
How dare you say that? I'm just fucking with you.
Role. I know. I'm just saying though, he didn't fit the role, and it's okay. I mean, but somebody thought he did well. I think he did the action great because he can do all that shit.
Yeah.
I love that fact about him that he can actually do the physical stuff.
Yeah.
But he just didn't look like Nathan Drake to me. I just didn't see it. But
all right.
I would like to see somebody else give it a whirl. Like Bill
Fair enough.
Who's gonna play Nathan Drake? Margot Robbie.
No, she's gonna play Margot Robbie's gonna play Elena.
No,
right.
he would
love interest.
He would remake Tomb Raider and put her as Lara Croft.
Margot Robbie plays everything in my heart.
She even plays with your heart.
She does.
How dare she do such things to you, Chamber?
In my mind, we've been going out for like 2 years. Dude.
Or as my girlfriend calls you, Chain.
Yeah.
Chain.
You know, the years keep getting lesser and lesser. Are you okay, Chamber? Like last time it was like I've been dating Margot Robbie for like 15 years. And then the next time it was like I've been dating Margot Robbie for like 10 years. And the next time it was like I've been dating Margot Robbie for like 8 years. And now it's only 2?
Well, we break up. We're off and on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then the countdown restarts in my mind.
Right. I totally get it.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Between her or Cara Delevingne,
Put the email in there and have people who listen email in their ideas.
Also, you need a hashtag Cara Delevingne and Margot Robbie in the description.
You can do that. You have the accounts. You're more than welcome to go in there and change it.
Yeah.
You do all the hashtags. I hate doing it. No, it's not. It isn't.
You're uploading them. You might as well do it.
No.
Like I said,
when you change them, it doesn't do anything after you change them.
Actually, Iceman's been doing them, weirdly enough. He's been doing all the hashtags in the shorts.
Yeah, the only ones I've been able to do are the TikToks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
We'll get it all sorted eventually.
But yeah, I think honestly we should ask the people out there what they think. What movie they would make if they had this scenario. Because I guarantee you there's probably some other ones we're not thinking of.
Oh, yeah. There's thousands. Destiny, fucking Halo, Assassin's Creed, Metroid, Mario, fucking...
Ooh, Metroid.
Metroid would be a cool one. Fucking...
they were actually going to make a Metroid. Jessica Simpson was rumored to play Samus.
Metro would be a great game. Speaking of, the fucking Russian alien bullshit, that would be a great series. That's based off a legitimate comic. There's source material for that.
Oh, the Metro Last Light series?
Yeah, man. That would be such a good movie.
I played that only a little bit, so I'm not as familiar with it.
That's a really fucking good game.
It's really good.
Really good. I didn't think I would like it.
I haven't played Exodus yet.
I played Metro. I have all of them, and they're really good. Metro Last Light, I really got into, but then my Plus expired, and I couldn't play it anymore, and I just dropped it.
I wouldn't mind running through those again.
Metro Exodus, oh my god, it's so good. And the Metro 2033 is really good.
Well, next game we run through, or at least I'm running through tomorrow night, is going to be Squirrel with a Gun. So by the time this episode drops...
You're so excited for that game.
I sent you the trailer for it. You cannot tell me that does not look like a fun game.
I didn't watch it.
You need to watch it.
Do I?
Yes.
Fine. Speaking of emails, I saw an email the other day and I was super upset about it because it said Pizza Hut, I could get a free pizza, and y'all know how much I love fucking pizza. So I fucking went in there, I typed in the code, I signed in, I did all that shit, and I went to go order the bitch, and this motherfucker said that I had to have a certain amount of money in order to get the pizza, meaning that the delivery fee had to reach over a certain amount until I could get the fucking pizza. So I was like, okay. So I like just out of curiosity, I was like, you know what? Let's see what I can add. I was adding bullshit things. I was like, you know what? Give me a 2 liter of soda. That's like $2 to $3, right? Give me a small cup of Parmesan cheese, 99 cents. Give me this, a little bag of chips. And I just kept adding stuff. The order got to $54 before it got me to the point where I could actually order my pizza. I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. It's like, so what you mean is the next time I'm going to spend money, then I should redeem it. Not redeem it and expect a free pizza. You're just trying to get people to fucking spend money. Fuck your shit, Pizza Hut. I used to love you when I was a kid, but you've betrayed me. How dare you do such things to me? See,
I never had that issue before when I ordered from Domino's.
Wait, say that again, Iceman? Yes, I was very pissed.
Like I said, I've never had that issue with Domino's because, like, I've gotten times where I get a free pizza, and my total in the end is like $3 or $4.
But Domino's sucks.
It's better than Little Caesars.
Very true. Actually, no, not better than their regular pizza. I think their regular pizza that you get when you order it from them and it's actually made, it really ain't that bad. It's better than their hot and readies because I can go get their hot and readies.
Are trash.
Yeah, no shit, because I can go to any fucking supermarket and get something better out of the frozen section. No shit. Because they sit there for hours under a heat lamp with their rubbery ass cheese. I don't want it.
They sit in a hot box now, but...
No, yeah, but still. It's the same bullshit. It's just a big ass toaster oven.
But I mean, you still eating pizza, nigga.
No, I'm gonna eat the bitch. I'm just saying, I'd rather have something. I'd rather have my taste buds not be sad and cry.
If I could, I'd eat Italianos.
Well, if they're crying, they're salivating, so that means it's good. They're crying because of how good it is. But if it's dry.
If I could, I'd eat Italianos all day, every day, but it just don't work out like that.
Italianos. You should pronounce it like that. It's no longer Italianos. It's Italianos. That's what it is.
I've heard about before, and I would love to take a trip just to see it. It's, I think, up in Minnesota at the state fair up there.
Okay.
I've heard about it before where you can get you get spaghetti on a stick. It comes in a giant meatball. And inside that meatball, it's stuffed with spaghetti.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was going to say, how the fuck do you get spaghetti on a motherfucking stick?
Dude, how the fuck do you get shit like... You get like your, deep fried Twinkies or, your bacon wrapped butter or whatever the fuck it is.
I can't do that. That's too fucking much.
I haven't had that shit, but
I would like that shit though, bro.
Could you imagine you go in there, you're getting, say, like a meatball the size of like a softball stuffed with fucking spaghetti.
I mean, that sounds delicious.
It sounds like it would be fucking amazing, and I would love to have it.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
I really do want to try that spaghetti pizza cone thing though. That thing just turns me on every time I think about it. It's two of my favorite things, spaghetti and pizza.
Yeah, you are a big pasta guy, huh?
Yeah, and carb guy, I guess.
Oh, dude, you know what? Speaking of pizza,
don't you be pulling down more boxes on your computer again, bitch.
Hold on. Okay, just let me show you something.
Let me show you something.
I forgot
Fire Marshal Bill.
I forgot about Fire Marshal Bill. Dude. All right, hold on. Let me just...
He's got a fucking knife and shit there, ready?
That's open. I think I got it. Oh, no, it's taped
that better
on the
be a
bottom
fucking
here,
pizza.
It's a pizza.
And how long has it been sitting there?
Oh, not too long. We got it like an hour ago.
Oh. I figured Davo has like pizzas just laying around his room.
This is different type of pizza. Okay.
Is it deep dish?
Yeah, it looks like deep dish.
This is what's called over here. Well, at least the Americans call it over here is party pizza. Okay. Or red strips.
Tostinos?
Okay, just show us the damn pizza now.
Shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up.
I'm trying to do a
I don't like
build
your
up
fucking
here, bitch.
I don't like your fucking attitude.
I don't like it either, dude.
You don't gotta like it, bitch.
You're taking too damn long. I'm fat. I need food.
It's party pizza, okay? This is like something you take with you on like little beach nights and stuff like that. All it is bakery made dough with a little bit of nice sauce on it with some Parmesan cheese on top. It's some good shit. All right. This is the type of pizza you bring on you to like you don't want to bring a hot pizza to the beach, but you need something kind of refreshing and filling that can stay cold. And this is what we do. Now, In Italy, they call that pizza cacciatore, I think it's called. Something like that. I forget. But they say they invest
like a pasta type of dish.
Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember the name of it, but the point is like that's a certain particular type of pizza. Now over here, it's only red or white, which the white is just Parmesan cheese, olive oil, garlic, and some seasoning, right? It's basically it's glorified garlic bread, really. I don't want to say that about Rhode Island party pizza, but that's what it is. And then this is like just the red pizza. This is the classic red pizza strips. You can pretty much get that anywhere out here in Rhode Island. You can get it at supermarkets. I can go to my local Stop and Shop or my Dave's Market or BJ's even and get it there because that's what we eat over here. But that is from Antonio's Bakery. It's like a legitimate bakery spot where they make fresh bread every morning, and you got to go there mad early to get it because it will be gone by like 10 o'clock. Like when I got there were like 2 boxes left, and I grabbed both. So like it's good shit. But like this particular type of pizza was made by the Sicilians and the Italians that migrated here around like the 1900s, 1920s, around where Prohibition started, and they invented this around that time.
History,
yeah. So like, they didn't really have like much, so they had bakeries, and they would start experimenting and stuff. And this is how pizza really began, like way back. But they just did it in their own way, and they just sold it cold. They didn't do it, and they used to, and they would do it their own way. So they made it here on like 1920s, 1925, somewhere around there, maybe more towards the 30s. And then Italy adopted that because it was still made by the Italians that migrated here, but then they gave them the idea. And then Italy started incorporating their own shops around 1950. And then they make like these crazy ones out in Italy, of course, because they got to go above and beyond. But out here, it's just the simple white and the red. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like our own little pizza that like the Italians that migrated here invented in Rhode Island, and it just kind of stayed here. It's our own thing. Nobody else really does it, but it's delicious. And what's crazy is that the only thing that reminded me of the fact that I had it is while we were talking about pizza, I burped and I tasted it in my mouth after I burped, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. It's right there." But yeah.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
What?
Jason fucking born.
I love that.
Oh my god.
I love that fucking
that meme.
I love that meme. Iceman. Oh my god, that was fucking awesome.
I'm just waiting for that. I was waiting for that pizza box to fall down and hit his computer and be like,
hold on. I also have this. Give me a sec. I also have my calzone up here.
I tear that shit up. That calzone.
This is the chicken parm calzone that has not been. Well, it's been baked slightly just to get the dough cooked, but you just got to reheat it. But yeah, I got it straight from there. It's in the bag. It's just waiting for me to cook later. That stays up there.
You know damn well Davo's a fat man. He's got food laying around strategically everywhere.
Oh yeah, look.
I need to start doing that. I need to start like hiding snacks underneath my desk and
everything.
Shit and like
everything in my room is reaching
something.
Distance. Okay, I got the water here, and if I need a new one, it's right there. All I have to do is lean a little bit. Then the next thing, I'm like, okay, if I have chicken, okay, I got barbecue sauce right there, and then I got my hold on, look, I said Parmesan cheese at the ready, right? And then just in case I want a little flavor, I got a watermelon soda. I got all my shit. And then I get a little thirsty and I don't feel like reaching for the little ones. I got my big jug. I have everything I need.
Chamber.
Also, just in case I want a snack, Funyuns. It's all right here.
He's got me beat. I ain't got none of that. The only thing I got on standby is like some hand sanitizer.
Oh, and just in case, do you see this? You see this right here? You see this? This is the main. Yeah. And just in case I run out, this is the backup.
Jesus Christ!
You gotta be prepared, man. You never know.
This better be a clip.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. And then
no. This has got to be a clip for the fact that you're like, in case I run out, I have a backup. It's like,
yeah, it's there. You know what I mean? And then in between streams, I'll be like, okay, like I want to take a minute. I'm sure if you guys see this, I back the fuck up and I got my little mini table and I can just I eat and I do what I gotta do. You know, my little TV dinner table. You know, you just unfold the bitch, boom, boom, and now you got yourself a table. And I do my shit. I eat it up, and then I put it back, and I go right back to streaming. Works.
Can you believe this, man?
Actually, yeah, I can. Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna say this though. I could see it now. Davos sitting there. If you better drink that, only time you better drink that watermelon soda is if you go get yourself some fried chicken.
Oh yeah, gotta do it. Actually, one of them is going to Chamber. I had them down here for quite some time. They're still sealed. I have two.
To give me one when I was down there.
No, I didn't. Give me one when I didn't have it when you were down here. But we went to the Five Below in Connecticut, and I saw these there, and I was like, "Oh my god, Chamber would fucking love this shit." And I got it. So the next time hopefully, I'm gonna wrap the fuck out of this thing so it don't break. But hopefully, it'll ship fine.
Yeah, yeah. When you send me my flip flops, finally.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious.
There you go.
The box got bigger because all you're really supposed to send me is my flip flops and my shirt.
I haven't. I don't really have a said.
Something else.
I don't really have a said box. I just have a bunch of stuff in strategic places, so I know to grab it when I'm ready to ship it.
God would just pawn shit off of me. Oh yeah, you're giving me those fake dollar bills. Let me see that fake money that you said you're gonna send me.
See, everything is within arm's reach. Everything. You know. So these are these little fake $100 bills. They're very small, but I bought them.
Those look more real than the actual big ones, though.
No, the fuck they don't. Because look, it says right there, copy money.
Let me explain something to you when it comes to that money there. When I ran a convenience store, you know how many times I'd come in one day and they'd be like, someone gave us a fake bill, and it's like, are you fucking stupid? It says it physically right there, you know?
Yeah. But anyway, I bought these for when Chamber was supposed to come down. Right, because I wanted him to lay in a bed of money, which for whatever reason is CC's background now with roses. But
because he spanked it to that.
I bought this and I was like, this sucks. It was way too small, but it was like $7 on one of those little like Temu or Wish sites. You know, I just wanted it cheap. But then I was like, okay, fine. If I'm not going to get it, I might as well get the one that's like more accurate. So it was like $20 or 25 actually to buy like 10 racks of real looking money off of Amazon. So I got that. And then when he came down here, we took the picture and then I gave it to Chamber and then he brought it with him to CC's and like they had fun with it or whatever. Then I think he brought some back or whatever. But yeah, it was like a small little thing.
I literally gave everybody a stack. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, it was funny though.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Che, can I have a stack?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." I ended up bringing home like 3 or 4 stacks with me. So it's crazy, but my sister, she really thinks it's real money. She keeps trying to borrow it and trick people.
Ready? Hold up.
Only one that's going to be tricked is your sister.
I forgot. I got the cereal on standby. Also, forgot about that.
Frosted Flakes and Life cereal.
The only thing I've got on standby right now is I just bought a box of this.
Yes, you did show me that.
Yeah, and I've got what's left of my bag of regular and sour Skittles.
There you go.
I have nothing right now because I'm broke and out of money, and I would love to flex some snack cakes or something on here with you, but
if people
did those things work, by the way? The ones that I sent you, the DoorDash ones? Did you end up using those codes yet?
You know what? I haven't used them yet.
They expire after a while. Oh, no, you already activated them, right? You already put them in your DoorDash?
Yeah, they're already ready to go.
I think if anybody wants to be nice, they could go to Chamber TV on Twitch and always drop a dono so he can
you're
get
good. They're good. They're valid.
Snack cakes.
They're valid through 11/30/24. You're good. You got time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Everybody go drop a dono to Chamber TV.
Yeah.
So he can get himself some cookies.
Yeah, he needs some snacks, man.
Actually, I'm doing pretty good. I haven't been snacking or nothing a lot lately. I'm down 7 pounds. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's good, man. Good shit.
You want to lose more weight? Turn off that AC.
Be sweating bullets, man.
You'll drop like 50 pounds.
Dude, there was hot as balls the other day, bro. Like my AC wasn't working.
Wash it out again.
My AC was on working. No, it was working, but it wasn't working. Like I don't know what it was, but whatever was going on. But I probably do need to wash it out because it's getting like really dirty on the outside of it, which it's never done. It's gotten dusty before, dude. But it's getting like black dusty.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so
it never did that before.
I saved his ass. I think like a year and a half ago, somewhere around there. He was streaming and like his AC was broken, like was not pushing out cold air. Compressor wasn't fucking kicking on. Yeah. And he was fucking dying. Like literally, like he'd get on stream for a half an hour and you would see this motherfucker glistening from the amount of sweat coming off of him. He was like, dude, like he was miserable. And I was like, dude, I'm telling, and it was the worst because it was in the middle of a fucking heat wave and he was just dying. And I was like, dude, I'm telling you, just hear me out. You don't need to get a new AC. Just fucking rinse that shit out. And he was like, it's electrical. I was like, no, just trust me. Take all the fucking shit off and just get your fucking thumb, put that shit on a fucking hose and just spray all that dust out of there and just let it dry in the sun for like a fucking hour. And then shit, with that Texas heat, you can let it dry out there for 30 minutes and you'd be good.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And just put that shit back in your window. He put all that shit back together, put that shit back in, turned that bitch on, and he was like, oh, fucking.
Dude, let me tell you something. When it got washed out, okay, I was like, oh, I hope I don't get electrocuted for one. I plugged it back in, dude. I did everything, bro. It started working like a fucking champ, like brand new. And then like 10 minutes, everybody was coming in. They're like, damn, I need a hook or something.
Yep.
It was that fucking cool.
Dude.
And I was like, fuck yeah. It does need to be cleaned out again. I think it does. But it's still working pretty decent, but I should pull it out and clean it really good.
Yeah, you gotta clean it. To anybody who ever listens to this podcast, let me save your ass. Okay? Don't just take...
I was like, I'm gonna buy a new one. I was literally, you're like, Shane.
So many people do
buy
that.
A new one.
Yeah. So many people make that mistake. They go out and they buy a new AC. They think an AC only lasts like a couple of years. And it's like, no, dude, if you live in a heavy pollinated area, like, dude, over here, it's crazy during the spring. Like, you walk outside your house and you see like inches of pollen stacked on the cars. That shit gets sucked in Florida too. Yeah, man, it's just East Coast shit. But you fucking, like, it just cakes the fuck out of the goddamn AC. For anybody listening, if you live in a hot ass area and you have an AC, don't just throw it out because it's not working one day. All you have to do, okay, is you can look up the model of your AC or try to remember where the screws are and unscrew the bitch, right? That's it. Unscrew it, get some fucking tape or some blue shiny tape from the dollar store and just put some tape around the part that is electrical. Okay, which is the part where all the buttons are and the digital thing is, or the twisty knobs, whichever you have. And then just get the fucking hose and make sure you spray it from the front of the AC to the back. And make sure you just completely miss whatever the fuck the electrical unit is and just wash the fuck out of it and just let it dry. You put that bitch in the window, I promise you that shit will work like it's brand new. It is the best fucking shit you can do. You can make an AC last almost 10 years if you just wash it out every summer. It's that simple.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably need to pull. Yeah.
This reminds me of like that stupid fucking hamster thing. Have you ever heard about this? No. There are people that forget that hamsters and or guinea pigs hibernate. So they would go out and they would get themselves a guinea pig or a fucking hamster, and then the hamster would be still. You know, and they get cold, you know what I mean? Because they're hibernating. That's what they do. They fall asleep and their bodies get deathly cold. And they touch it and they're like, why the fuck isn't my hamster moving? And they think it's dead. So they fucking bury it alive like morons because they don't know and they don't understand that they hibernate. And they just buried their pets alive and they went out and got a new one. And the same thing will happen over again. Be like, yo, what the fuck? Why do my hamsters keep dying? They're not dying. They're just sleeping. You know, like it's just a little bit of information. Right. Yeah, you just need a little info. You know, everybody misses a little bit, just like Bill Burr says. Every culture misses a tiny little bit. You know, just like, and the way he says it is white people missed the lotion seminar. Black people missed the register your weapons summit. You know, just That's why you got to be friends with everyone. That's exactly how he says it. You get every group of people misses a little bit of info. Talk to people, figure shit out.
Is that it's misleading because the whole time they've been explaining hibernation to me as a kid when they say that a fucking bear hibernates. Apparently, we're thinking this is what they told us in school. Hibernation is in the winter. A bear goes into their cave, has a massive dinner, lunch, whatever. And then they sleep till the end of winter. Wrong.
Yeah.
Hibernation just means that they have a slowed down metabolism.
Yeah, that's it. But they stay still, but they don't move as much. You know what I mean? Because the more active they are, the more energy they burn. So they try to conserve it.
Wake up and move around and shit. But I was under the impression that they slept all winter. But then you're starting to wonder when you see a fucking bear in the middle of the winter, you're like, what the fuck? Did you wake the bear up or fuck with him? Nah, they lie to us about like what hibernation really is. It's just a slowed metabolism of them just,
You also have to remember.
Weird to explain.
Yeah. But you also have to remember that even like when you have teachers in schools, like the information eventually develops over time. Like, I remember I was 12 years old, and I was having an argument with my stepdad about, well, now that he's my dad, I should just call him my dad. He's my dad. But I was having an argument with him about, like, why the moon has phases. And I had just learned this science class, like, that day. Because I didn't fucking know, but they just told me. And he was trying to tell me that, like, there's certain parts of I can't remember what the fuck his theory was. And I was like, no, it's just where the sun is shining. If the sun is on the right side of it, it looks like it's a half moon because it's only shining on one side. But if it's directly to the fucking right, like 90-degree angle directly there, it's a half moon. But it's only because the light is shining on that half of the moon. That's why when you have eclipses, it's the sun is behind the moon. So the back of the moon is lit up. The front of the moon is dark. And it blocks the sunlight. That's it's just a position. And like we were going that, and he was like, "Oh, you want to fucking bet? Like I know this, I know that." And then he looked it up, and I was like, "Oh shit, I was wrong." I was like, "Yeah, because your school system taught you something that isn't relevant anymore. You just didn't bother to look it up. You just stayed with that information and didn't update what you knew."
Oh, you were wrong. The Earth is flat. The moon is made of cheese.
I wish the moon was
9/11 was an inside job.
I wish the moon was made of cheese. I'd be flying up there with a fucking loaf of bread and a blowtorch.
Iceman,
cheese for everybody.
Iceman, I thought I told you to keep that secret. You can't be saying that with my face looking like this. All right, fuck, man. It's insider information.
Chainber, to comment on what Davo said before about you gotta trust like everybody except Armenians. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
I know. Fuck Davo and his Armenianism.
All right.
Armenianism. And we're canceled.
And Davo's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out.
Where's your thing at? Where's your thingy?
Yeah.
And we're canceled.
Davo. And we're canceled.
Is he stripping?
No.
And that's our time, everybody. We'll catch you later.
If you'd like to follow our podcast, we are only on Spotify and YouTube for the time being. If there's any other platforms that you guys like to follow us on, like Twitch or Twitter or Facebook, all of the links will be posted in the description below.